Good morning, guys. I intended to do a Google Hangout with you guys where you could talk to me and I could talk to you, but that didn't work out. So instead, today you're just going to get a video and maybe a few of them. The first video that I'm going to do is we're going to hear a story and then we're going to talk about retell. And I know that yesterday you guys learned what a retell is. It's the summary of a story. There's several parts to a retell, and I'm going to talk about those. And then we're going to hear a story, and then you guys are going to get a chance to retell to a friend. Okay, so when you do a retell, you're telling the 911 information. And think about for just a minute. Let's pause the video and think about when do you call 911 and what do you say? Uh, when you dial 911 and you call the emergency number, you're asking for help, right? And you're not going to tell them anything that's not important, right? If say your little brother has fallen and he's hurt his head, you're not going to tell the 911 operator that he has on a blue shirt and that he's tired and he's laying on the couch. You're not going to tell him that. You're going to tell him the important things. You're going to tell him that your brother has hit his head and that he's laying on the floor and that he can't get up, right? So you're going to tell him the important things. When you do a summary, you're also telling the important things in the story, okay? So you're going to start out with the characters, okay? Who are the characters in the story? Okay, and that can be, sometimes it's people, sometimes it's animals. I know some of you guys have been reading Biscuit, and that's definitely about an animal. When we read about Fly Guy, we have a couple characters, and one of them is the little boy, but we also have the fly. The fly is also a character. Okay, setting is the time and place that the story takes place. So if it's in the city or the country, it could be in a neighborhood. So the setting is the time and the place. So we've talked about the place. The time would be, is it daytime? Is it dark outside? Is it nighttime? Is it in the winter? And you can tell all of this by using your eagle eye and looking at the pictures. And that will help a lot for the setting. Okay, then you're going to talk about the problem in the story. What is going wrong? What does the character what do they need to solve? Then you'll talk about the important things, the 911 information from the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. Okay? And by the time you've talked about those things or written those things, then you're going to be to the solution. And the solution is, how do you solve the problem? Okay, so if it's raining outside and I'm outside and I'm getting rained on, what is the solution? What can I do to solve the problem of getting sopping wet? Okay, that's right. You're going to get an umbrella or you're going to get a raincoat. Okay, and that will solve your problem. Okay, when I read Katie No Pocket the other day, Katie had a problem. Raise your hand if you can think of what the problem was for Katie. Okay. Now, the problem was that Katie did not have a pocket for her baby. Okay. Now, we went through some steps in that story, the beginning, middle, and end of that story. At the beginning, Katie was looking for other animals to find out how they carried their babies. She thought maybe she could come up with a different solution. And she asked a bunch of different animals, and you guys predicted which animals that she would ask. That was the beginning of the story. That was the important part. Now, in the middle, somebody gave her a suggestion, okay? And that means they gave her an idea that she should go ask someone in the city, okay? That was the middle of the story. And at the very end of the story, Katie got to the city. She found a man who had an apron that had lots and lots of pockets, right? And in the story, right then and there, the man turned the apron upside down and he shook it out and he gave her that apron. And her problem was then solved, right? She took the apron, and her baby got inside the apron. Freddie, she went home, and do you remember what she did after that? That's right. She started loading up all the baby animals from the forest. So she had more pockets than any other animal in the forest. So that was the solution. That's how she solved her problem, by putting on the apron from that carpenter, from that